My name's Catherine. I'm the principal of Emergency and Preventative Accounting Specialist. And we're a niche area. We work in a niche area of accounting where we help people with ATO and tax liability. I think the issue with staffing for our kind of work is that they've got to be very technically minded and ability to be strong problem solvers. And the industry doesn't always produce the right people, so we had to keep hunting and hunting, and unfortunately it was a sort of trial and error process. But when we started working with True Colour Profiling, they actually took away all that noise beforehand and would only send people to interviews with us that had the subconscious strengths that we needed to do the work that we need to do. And the other thing that I really like about it is that they did the subconscious profiling on me as the director, and then basically all the candidates that were sent through for interview had similar profiling to me. So regardless of what they said in interview or regardless of what was on the CV, me knowing that they had similar subconscious traits made it so much easier because I knew that I could basically throw them in the deep end and knew that they'd be able to handle the workload. So it's been fantastic, to be honest. At the outset where I was, I'd never used a recruitment company before. I always just thought I could do it on my own. But at the point where I was specifically was that we had just launched a new brand. It was end of financial year. We had a lot of new work coming in, all our end of financial year work, and I had two senior accountants leave sequentially at the same time. So it was just crazy timing, and I was working 18-hour days, and it was just mind-bogglingly crazy. And so when they were referred to me, I just basically felt that I just had to do it because I didn't have any time to recruit on my own. Basically, prior to that, I would get the accountants to come in for a trial day, maybe for a couple of days, and I'd just test them out. Because in our industry, or in my field of work, it's basically you know your job or you don't, and it's very evident. You can pretty much pick it up straight away if someone knows how to do the job or not. So that's what we would do, and if the staff member were able to do it, they would stay, but if they weren't, I'd let them go straight away just to not waste any time or cost. They've essentially helped me build my accounting team, and also one of them being practice manager, who essentially took over about 90 to 95% of my job at the time, so I was able to sort of, relax a little bit. And then in addition to that, we've also built further out into administration support roles, and now recently this year we've hired a BDM, a lady to help me with the sales process as well. The thing is that the practice has grown and changed significantly over the last few years, and basically we're at a point now where the staff that I've got very deep levels to absorb work, and they want to work hard, they want to have challenges, they want to be pushed, and I don't have to push them because they just push themselves. So basically it's like I can give them hard, complex matters and they love it. They actually come to work to do that stuff because that's their skill set and that's what they like. So whereas sort of prior to that it was from time to time I might not have felt so comfortable giving them such tricky things, but with these guys, they're hungry for it. So I'm constantly having to find them stuff, to keep them occupied. Yeah. High caliber of stuff that I have been able to through colour profiles speaks for itself. They're a very high intellect group of accountants. Their productivity is fantastic because they like the work, they know what they're doing. Because they're such a high caliber professional, they don't dilly-dally around. So you can give them a job and they'll just go and smash it out and just get it done, which is what I want. So in terms of business growth, we've actually also grown from that point as well because they're so good, they're able to do more within the time. So we're able to do more jobs, service more clients, get jobs out faster. So from that point, it's been really good. And also from, I guess, a management point of view as well, like I'm not here to babysit my staff. It's not my thing. I don't want to babysit them. They're professionals. They should be able to do their work. So just knowing that they can do it to a really high level is really comforting because I've got a nice support base behind me so I can go off and do what I need to do. So I think essentially we've grown year on year. But from when we launched, it was a combination of things in my business. We launched a new brand and we started building the team with Dennis at True Colours. both in 2016. So it's a double two-pronged thing that happened. And essentially from there, we've added on probably over the profit, when I say the turnover, I'm doing it purely from turnover from 16 to 18 financial year, it's shot up by $1 million over that period. And the profit, well, obviously the profit's dependent on your costs and reinvesting back in the practice, etc. But the profit's probably tripled or quadrupled in that same time as well.